In week 4 to 6, extended response assessment task. Okay, so what I want you to do is, can you see where at the top where it says Walt Williffe? Can you see there's an attachment that I'm pointing at? Walt Williffe docx. Can you open that up?
Let it shine. Internet Explorer is not working.
Okay, so you've all got a copy of that? Okay, so what you need to do is we need to copy that into a journal. Okay, so the way I do it is, see how I've got little crosshairs at the top here, and that'll highlight the whole document. Otherwise, you can, if you put your mouse to the left and point back and roll it down by holding the button, that'll highlight it. So you're all happy to highlight that? Yeah. Then go Control C. Then we're back in our virtual classroom, over to where it says My Learning Journal on the left. And then click on the link that says My Journal.
Where's that? Sorry, Sam.
My Learning Journal over on the left. Then My Journal, and then you're clicking on the button that says Create Journal Entry. Clicking on the button that says Create Journal Entry.
Yeah. Tell me if I'm correct, because I can feel with in a minute. What's the title?
Okay, that's a good question. What are we going to call the title? We'll call it Extended Response Assignment. And then go in and click on in your tiny MCE editor and go Control V, so for paste. Response assignment. Now a little trick here. Can you see where I am clicking on the bottom right there, and I get the arrow? That will drag it all down so I can see it, so I can see the whole thing.
Don't be disrespectful, mate. Don't be disrespectful, mate.
Mate, can you not verbalise what's going through your head?
Sorry, mate.
Yes, some respect. Okay.
So how do I copy and paste that?
Control V.
Control A, press Control A, and then Control V. Ma'am, Daddy.
Okay, rightio. So, what we're going to do with this is we're just going to track how we are going. Okay, we're going to track our learning.
You documentary?
So far, if we look at level 3, which is the pass level, if you like, we have done the Australian Copyright Act 1968, haven't we? Yes? Yeah? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to highlight that. So watching what I'm doing, highlight that, and then go up to the top where you see the highlighter tool. I kind of like fluorescent green. Okay. So we have completed that much so far. Now the other thing is, for analysing and applying, you need to think back to your writing for the Australian Copyright Act and decide, and you might need to do this with a buddy, is have you got a few errors in grammar and spelling and punctuation, or very few or no errors? Okay? I'm going to go with very few at this point for me, because I haven't put this through a final drafting peer review process so far. So I'm just going to go. I think I'm operating at level 3.5, but my goal is level 4. So I'm going to indicate that now by going up to where it says level 4, and I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to highlight that in a different color. I'm going to highlight it in red. Okay, that's where I want to be. Level 4. Okay, so now you should be able to see that we're at level 3. So we'll be at level 4 when we can complete that whole list of things and doing a good job of it while we're at it. We'll be at level 4 when we've got no errors in grammar, spelling and punctuation, and when we've created the final blog post. Okay, does that make sense?
Right, so can you highlight it? So we highlight.
So I'm highlighting level 4 because that's where I want to be. Basically, I want to get an A or a B on my assignment. So you can see we've still got a way to go. Okay, we're basically only at level 3, really. So we've still got to do intellectual property and copyright infringement just to get us off the mark. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to hit the post entry button at the bottom of the top. And while I'm here, can I just point out, when you need to come back to this post and edit it. Now you do that by next to the title. Can you see there's a little drop down arrow?
Yeah.
And I've got an option to edit. Okay, so that's how you edit it. So when you come back in here, you find this post and you hit edit. And in fact, we will actually do that at the end of the lesson for intellectual property, because we should have that done and dusted. Okay, so make sure you've hit post entry so it's all saved. What you want to do now is right click on create journal entry, open in a new tab or whatever the Internet Explorer equivalent is, just so that I've still got this view of the virtual classroom. Okay, so we're creating a new journal entry for today, and this is all about intellectual property. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to go back to my other tab. So I'm going back into learning resources, web markup languages, week 4 to 6.
What's it called? Like intellectual property.
Just intellectual property. Week 4 to 6. And there it is there, intellectual property.
Wait, what do we...
Okay, I'm just going to open up that file, what is intellectual property, just to remind myself what it is. I think that's the one we want. Oh, okay. I know what that is. Right. Okay. How are we going so far? We all in the same place as me? Okay, so, folks, on this page here, intellectual property, can everyone see that PDF down the bottom under resources, the last one there? Yes? So open up that PDF.
PDF, how do you spell that? Oh, it's just a prank.
Any day now.
Any day, any time.
Sir, I don't know the blood asked me for wrong.
I just wanna go to the government.
Oh, this page can't be displayed.
Okay.
What did I do?
And then I'm just scrolling down to what is intellectual property. So I'm just going to copy all of that by highlighting it and right clicking and going copy. Okay, are you able to do that as well
Watch out.
on your computers?
Wait, so we copy all of it? What is it?
No, just that what is intellectual property. Jonty, where are you, mate?
So
So
right there.
open up the learning resources in a new tab, mate. That's it. Navigate to where we are. We are in week 4 to 6, is it? Scroll down. Intellectual property, can you see it? And then the PDF right at the bottom. That's it. Open up that one. And then copying intellectual property into your learning journal and your fresh learning journal entry by going Control V. Seen or touched. Seen or touched. Where's seen or touched? There it is. Righty ho. Okay, so here we have the spiel about intellectual property, what it is. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to scan this. So just quickly read it, so I get an idea of what it's all about. So copyright is part of an area of law known as intellectual property. Intellectual property law protects the property rights in creative and inventive endeavours and gives creators and inventors certain exclusive economic rights, generally for a limited time, to deal with their creative works or inventions. This legal protection is designed as a reward to creators to encourage further intellectual creativity and innovation, as well as enabling access by the community to the products of intellectual property. Because intellectual property protects rights rather than physical property, intellectual property is an intangible form of property. It is property which cannot be seen or touched. Intellectual property is the general name given to laws covering patents, trademarks, design, circuit layouts, and plant breeders' rights and copyright. Each of these forms of intellectual property is protected by a specific act of the Commonwealth Parliament. The framework for these acts is largely based on Australia's obligations under international treaties. Okay, so I think I've got an idea what it's all about. So, the first sentence then. When I read a sentence, sentences are all about subject and object. So there's nouns, and then there's predicates. So there's is or is or was, or some kind of verb for actions. So right at the beginning of the sentence, there's the big noun there, copyright. So yep, I'm going to highlight that. Okay, so just use that little highlighting tool. And again, I like fluorescent green. Okay, so copyright. Is part of an area of law. So I think I'm going to highlight the whole lot. Is part of an area of law known as intellectual property. Okay. And you can see there that I could actually, before even summarising this, I could turn this into a sentence quite easily. Okay, next sentence. So, intellectual property law.
What am I helping you?
So I'm going to highlight that. So protects is a verb, so it's pretty important, so I'm going to highlight that. Protects. What does it protect? Creative and inventive endeavours. I'm going to go gives exclusive economic rights. To deal with creative works or inventions. So again, just checking my highlights, and I could easily turn that into a sentence. Okay, this legal protection is designed as a reward to encourage further intellectual creativity and innovation. So I'm going to go this protection. I'm going to go encourage, because that's a verb, so it's an action. What does it encourage? Intellectual creativity and innovation. It also enables access. To products. So then we have, because intellectual property protects rights rather than physical property, intellectual, okay. So I'm going to go with intellectual property. Intangible form of property. Cannot be seen or touched. Okay.
Ask him, how do you get that? So how do you get the highlighter?
Up there, mate.
You don't got a highlighter I can borrow?
So use the colour. Pick your colour.
What colour? I got green like yours.
Can you help him out?
No, I got it. I found it.
Okay, now, so then I've got the next paragraph. So, intellectual property is a name given to. So, I'm just going to go with name,
That's disrespectful.
laws covering all that stuff.
Yeah, look, you've been disrespectful to his mother. All we have to do is chop him like that.
Okay, and I'm not going to bother with the rest because I'm kind of looking forward, and you've got to write 500 to 800 words, so we could waffle on for, oh gee, how many more words about patents, trademarks, designs. We could waffle on for ages and we'd use up all our words, so I'm just going to leave it there. Right, next step. What's the next step? So I highlight first. What do I do next? Yeah. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Post.
Taking notes. Yes. Or taking notes. Or summarising. Okay. So I'm going to use a star for my dot point. So that works by, so all the stuff in green I'm going to note down, and because I've got a computer, I'm just going to copy and paste. So remember, you put a dash. I'll get rid of the green later. Intellectual property. Okay, then star. So you're right to do this?
Nah, can we still have your help?
Are you right to do this? Do you still need my help? Okay. So I've basically just copied and pasted all the stuff in green. I'll get rid of the green later. So I finished that sentence, so I'm going to the next line, putting a star there. That's my dot point. And then copying all the stuff in green for the next sentence. Dash. Getting my dashes. Gives exclusive economic rights. To deal. Okay, that's the end of that sentence. Star. This.
I'm so lost. Where am I?
Protection. Okay, so encourage. Enabling access to the products. New sentence, star. Okay, there we go. Now I'll just take the color away. There we go. Righty ho. So I've taken my notes. Now it is time to do what? It starts with an R. Jonty. Close. It's re something. Rewrite. Okay, so, and again, I think I'm going to be lazy, because I've got a computer. So, copyright. Who can help me? What can I do there? Copyright part of an area. Is a part of an area of law. What have I got to put there? Is a part of an area of law something intellectual property? Known as. Good. Full stop.
Is it a full stop or a half one?
No, it's definitely a full stop. Okay. Intellectual property law protects I can just go protects creative and inventive endeavours. Sure. And then I want, there's a conjunction here or a join. What do I need? What's the most common conjunction or joining word? Starts with an A. And gives exclusive economic rights it gives it exclusive economic rights. I better put who it gives it to. To owners? Oh, to creators. Was that what the text said though? Let's just go with owners. If I, assuming I can spell owners. To deal with their creative works or inventions, full stop. This protection encourage is what do I need to do here? A little minor modification to encourage. This protection encourage intellectual creativity or no? Well, I've got to add one more letter to the end of encourage. What is it? Encourages. Thank you.
So you just got it. Oh, who said it?
This protection encourages intellectual creativity and innovation. And enabling. No, that's no good. What do I need to do? I need to change enabling. Enables. Yes, good. And enables access to the products. Excellent. So instead of name, I'm just going to go with intellectual property. And I'm going to go covers. Covers patents, trademarks, design, circuit layouts, plant breeders' rights, and copyright. Full stop. How's that? Now, because I'm happy with my paragraph there, I can actually go ahead and delete all that. Well, it's just an idea, because this is the bit that I need. Okay, I don't need the process, but hey, leave it if you want. I'm just going to go post entry now.
No, can you leave it back on the screen so it's not
So, I'm glad you asked because...
Are you pausing it to the landing page?
I'm glad you asked because if you have a look at the attachment there, can you see it?
It's already done.
It's already done.
Oh, you little kids.
Okay, so I've already left my tracks.
Next time I'll crash.
Okay, can you get your buddy to have a quick read of your paragraph and pick out any errors?
Not my buddy.
No, sir, he's not letting me quick read.
Pick out any errors, and if you're both happy. Okay, so if you and your partner, your peer, is happy, then you need to go back into your journal and find the entry where you've set your goal. So the drop down arrow again, edit.
Oh, and then we're highlighting it.
And now we can track what we're doing because we have now successfully completed intellectual property. So we can highlight it. Use my trusty green, fluorescent green highlighter. Okay. So, and now I can see, okay, copyright infringement's next. So then post that entry.
See, that's not a joke.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking.
Yeah, that's not.